Alzara Radiant Echoes has been cancelled. This French developed RPG was created through Kickstarter or funded through Kickstarter, and the studio has now announced that the game has been canceled and the studio itself has went under. Shout out to my man Chaos for even bringing this topic to my attention. He'll probably have a better video on this topic than I will, so be sure to go check out his video down below. I'm going to go over a couple of things about how I feel about the situation. We're going to go over the details and why there may be some fishiness involved with this entire situation. A lot of people are feeling like they've been scammed. Some people are feeling like the developers knew and they just continue to take money. Let's jump into the official statement from the developers themselves about why this indie RPG project was canceled. Before we jump into that, I want to take full accountability. I did promote this game on my channel, especially because the developers came to me and put us in a select group with other content creators. So if anyone else is out there going to be honest about it, they would come back to those who may have been affected by this game's cancellation and unable to receive a refund and apologize. Sometimes the things that we promote on our channel, it can end like this. So we have to take accountability as content creators, people with platforms, to come and apologize to those who may have been affected. Don't hide your hand. We all had a hand in promoting it, and now it's not happening. Not really our fault, but man up, woman up, be about it. Let's check out what Studio Camellia is saying with this whole situation. So let's looky here. It says Studio Camellia is shutting down. Our sincerest apologies and an explanation. Hello everyone, here's an update that's very difficult for us to write. It is with deep sadness that we announce the closure of Studio Camellia. In this update, we will take the time to explain the circumstances that led to this outcome. So basically they go over the studio's history, about some of the workers, and keep in mind, this game was originally backed with only 100K to be officially crowdfunded. And then the game kind of swelled up to eventually 300K, with late pledges still being open apparently till April. Guess when they received the liquidation or they went under? April. However, they were still accepting, from what I can gather from all this knowledge, they were still accepting late pledges, which has turned a lot of people against them when it comes to this campaign. Basically, the studio's liquidation was declared on April 28th. At the time of writing, various legal procedures are underway and will be ongoing for some time. As you can imagine, we are unable to share. Alzara Radiant Echoes is now on an indefinite pause, which I don't think is coming back. There's a slim chance that a third party might one day step in and take over the project. If that happens, the game would inevitably take a different direction than what was presented in the campaign. Basically, too, this is kind of a bit of a bombshell here. They crafted a demo with the 300K. Before concluding this update, we'd like to share some excerpts from the demo we presented to our partners, showcasing the latest progress on the game. Sadly, this demo cannot be shared publicly for copyright reasons. Now, this is where a lot of folks, let's just slide on down to this comment section. This is where a lot of folks were not feeling it, right? So I'm going to be playing the demo on the screen somewhere. I'm going to keep my face in the demo up here. All right. Basically, a lot of folks were upset because it turns out the Kickstarter, the crowdfunding itself, was to craft this demo that's on the screen so that they could present it to a publisher. It wasn't even the fact that it was for the game itself, it was for them to present it to a publisher. And that is rubbing a lot of people the wrong way, because a lot of folks are not understanding why they just weren't transparent with this goal from the very beginning. A lot of folks thought they were crowdfunding an actual game. Keep in mind, 300K is not that much when it comes to game development. So even I was, if you go back and watch my original video, I was like, 100K is really low for a project like this. This person here says, so this campaign was for a demo. Would have been nice for that little disclosure at the beginning. At this point, it was borderline fraud. Now I know what to ask and what to scrutinize for future campaigns from developers in another country. 300K for a demo at this point should have scaled down or be transparent. You might say, wow, you guys are scummy. Hope Kickstarter does an investigation, report the project. As you guys can see, people are not happy. A lot of people are just not happy. Not that the game is not coming to fruition, but because basically this is 300K that's gone, that was put into a demo that we will pretty much never get to have a hands on and never get to see, never get to play. only be able to watch it. And they posted the demo onto their YouTube channel, which was pretty interesting to me for them to do that, knowing we would never really be able to see this game running in its full glory because it has now been canceled as the studio has went under. Yes, these are some of the issues that come with trying to do Kickstarter and crowdfunded things. Sometimes you can't always be assured that they will work out. Listen guys, things get canceled all the time. Mega Man Legends 3. Stuff happens, right? I don't think that's why people are upset about Alzara. I think it's the lack of communication, I don't want to say scumminess of it, but the lack of transparency that this company shown when it came to people giving their hard-earned money to this project. Like I said earlier in this video, they were still accepting late pledges all the way until April or May or something like that. And they were still even making updates on Facebook about the game, its story, and everything all the way in May. So whatever somebody did communicate with somebody that the company was going over, something happened there and it had people's hopes up. Apparently someone said just as of 2 weeks ago, they were still promoting the game like everything was all fine and rosy. I guess if this teaches us anything is that whenever you're dealing with Kickstarter, it will always be a gamble. You have to really know what you're pledging to. You have to really be willing to part ways with whatever you pledge, because as you can see, this is a grim lesson that it is not always guaranteed. And like I said, I'm taking full accountability because I promoted this game. I only made one little video about it, but still, any other true platform holder will be accountable about this situation, because a lot of people are feeling vexed. A lot of people are feeling upset, man, and I don't blame them. This was their hard-earned money into a now canceled game with no refunds. Not that I think refunds are typical of Kickstarter, but just let this be a reminder, guys. The games that you really do want to support on Kickstarter, use your 2 cents, because it may not be guaranteed. And I hope that this doesn't sour a lot of folks on Kickstarter too much. You know, we did get a Yuden Chronicle, we did get Shenmue 3, we did get Mighty Number 9, ouch. So there is hope that these games will see the day, see a ray of light someday. But yeah, I'm pretty bummed about this, and it upsets me too. I don't like the way that this studio handled it. There's a lot to be learned on both sides, from a consumer side and from a developer side. This was not the way to handle this situation. You should have been way more transparent with folks. To just take the money and kind of leave or run or whatever, or give an incomplete game. I think the lack of letting us know what your real goal was, that wasn't cool. If this was just a game to, not even a game, if this was just a project that you needed a demo of to show publishers, say that from the beginning and you'll have a lot more people on your side. You'll have a lot more folks wanting to help the cause if you're just honest about it. But yeah, guys, this game is canceled. Can't say I was too excited about it. It is French made, which, you know, because of Expedition 33, I guess we're putting some respect on the French name when it comes to RPGs. But I'm not really worried. I wasn't that hyped about the game anyway. It was fine. It was just an indie looking game. Kudos to them for getting as far as they got, I guess. But if y'all ever work in this industry again, you got to work on your communication. So this game is canceled. Sorry about that, guys. Let's just be weary when we support things from now on, all right? All right, God bless y'all. I'm out of here. Peace.